Woohoo! So yeah, it will be like final video with Ryan Berry, or maybe it will be more, not sure. We'll see in future. So here we have a reference from Head. Is some series of illustration by Ryan Berry. Looks so cool. It's this one. So here's Head. So yeah, this stuff is perfect like for demonstration, how you can apply perspective principles, and also kind of demonstrate you kind of practice, which is very essential, very useful. It's to study artists, like when you see some work quality you want to achieve, you need to study as this artist in a similar way. So if there is some perspective or some design or some composition, you break it down, kind of deconstruct and recreate, rebuild. So here I kind of like deconstruct, analyze perspective. So let's say first, what kind of perspective grid here? First, it's obvious we have this y-axis curved like this, like in a 5-point perspective. Then we have like in this building is very clear. It's like 2 vanishing point perspective angle, right? So we have this like side of box. Same, we have this road here, and this road on the left also show us direction over x and z. So let's say something like this will be this one. Let's call it z. So then I just project this angle, then I draw in between, and then I can like just extend, add extra. Same, I trying to mirror, because here it looks like it's equal, it's symmetrical kind of. So this one will be x-axis. So here is our perspective grid, kind of for this pretty simple perspective grid. Hello Domino. It's morning for me in Taiwan. For you maybe it's evening. Good evening or good afternoon. So then when we have perspective grid, second is about shapes, like for establishing general composition, just like arranging general proportions and placement, like where is located like within space, and also where is located design wise, like on a flat surface of my picture plan, like where, like how big this and where is it located. So you need to think simultaneously in a 2 and 3 dimensions. 2 dimensions is like dimensions of a picture plan, and 3D dimension is dimension of your fictional virtual reality, like where you which you kind of like make illusion of, right? So what we have here, we have this road going here, then we have this road here going here. So we have like straight lines for like box edges, stuff like this, right? But then also we have ellipses, so I'll show you here. So you see it's kind of elliptical form, and it don't need to be like perfect ellipse, it's just roundish, right? So it's definitely look as some kind of like round form, like a tubular form. If this one it's a box, then here is like circular, it's like a round. So, and here is like what I always talking, it's like we have with axis. So if I have, for example, z-axis, so this z vanishing point, right? So there will be a moment where z1 axis for z vanishing point will be perpendicular to horizon line, and there will be a moment when z axis is aligned kind of with the horizon line, so it's totally flat like this. So, and then we have all this transition from this point, from this kind of state to this state, right? So we have like this, like a transition, like, so it's just like two-dimensionally speaking, kind of, right? Like if we just look at this as some kind of diagram, so this z-axis will have this like change of angle. So general kind of idea here is like this one, it's the farthest point from horizon line, so it's like totally opposite, so it's became perpendicular, and closer it gets to horizon line, more horizontal it became, more it's flat became, more it's aligned, right? Similar principle happen with when we talk about ellipse. So if I look, let's say like, if I just look downwards, I will see a circle, but when this circle is like exactly on my eye level, it will become just kind of a line. So it's like a mug, right? So we have this mug. So if I look on the mug, I look down, I will see it's just a circle. When is this surface, round surface, like parallel to my eye level, then it's just a line. And then we have transition kind of between this 90 degree, right, and this like 0 degree. So it will be like changing from total like just one line, it will start to open, so it start to like be like more and more open, so it's called like different degree. And it's happen, it's like here this minor axis, it's called minor axis, it's the same size, same length with the major axis. So this is major axis and this is minor axis. So it's like from dot it start to get more and more longer until it became same length with the major axis. Kind of got this point, right? So it's kind of show like a distance from horizon line and like station point of observer or camera. So like if it's like directly like under your station point, like off camera kind of, so camera just looking down on the ground, it will see circle. And when it's closer to eye level, then it's a line. So in here, like, we have horizon line, so now we look this ellipse, right? So it's like when it's very close, okay, it's like very narrow, like this. But I also see it's like above it goes this way, below it's open this way, right? So it's like from here I see bottom, from here I see top, like I'm looking down. So same here, like very close, it's very narrow ellipse. Going more down, it start to more open, like this. Same also, maybe I can show example. You can call it fish eye, some kind of like more correct, maybe we'll call it curvilinear perspective. But fish eye, I think, is more like extreme. It's a 6-point perspective, but people always confuse all the stuff. So more proper call it curvilinear perspective. So also we can show it this way. So if I have square in perspective, so it's like closer to horizon line, ellipse within square will be more narrow, and like farther from horizon line it will be more open. So same as this square can be like in the two vanishing point perspective, it's work same. So like here we have this kind of shape, this kind of form, but on the top of this form we have box structure, and here we have a round structure. So in any moment I can make it like hard edge, you know. So it's kind of benefit of understanding principles. So you can like take any like amorph shape and put it in perspective, and it can be like round object in perspective, and you also can make it like box kind of edgy objects with the sides. I also talk about these ellipses, like elliptical forms, in a video about Tsutomu Nihei. Tsutomu Nihei, he also like super clever and very interesting perspective artist. So now there is like many very basic exercises in a book about perspective, like boxes and connecting dots, all this stuff. But eventually, in one point, you will need to be more specific. You need to kind of clarify for yourself, like, what is your artistic goal, like what final look you want in your work, what qualities you want. And then you, for answers, you look your favorite artist. You look your favorite artist and you ask what you like in their work and why they work kind of so good. Like, so, and then it's also might be perspective. Like in my favorite artists, they always have good perspective. So, and you can copy their work, like you can study their work to understand how they apply perspective rules, how they use all these basics, essentials in their work. Because one thing is just like have general idea, and it's totally different thing to understand how to apply these rules and also to have actual experience of application of these rules. And to get this experience, you can do copies, because it's like immediate, direct way to gain kind of this experience. It's like you don't call it your work. It's not, you're not trained, maybe your like imagination, you know, but you really train like more specific perspective skills, which will give you like ability to draw work with the quality you aim to. If you just watch your favorite artist work, it's not enough. Just looking don't give you much. You really need to draw, to copy it. And it can be like many different kind of way. You can make some loose sketch, you can make like super careful study, like copy, like trying to completely recreate perfect copy kind of work. In general, is not important, like everything is better than just to look. But I prefer, and I find like most efficient, it's this kind of like analytical study rather than just kind of training your copying skill. So here, road go here. So you can also see how Ryan Berry, like he takes this general structure as a foundation, and then he starts to kind of like put some complexity in it, put some dynamic, like grow complexity. I really I think it's like work in a way like you're making music, like some kind of, you start with some idea, motif, and then you build on it. You see like how it grows, where it can go. So basically I even like put some details here. So I already did third stage. So it was first stage perspective grid, the second stage general shapes, just like a vague spots, like very vague, very uncertain shapes. And third step is just start to give some detail to it, and then it's kind of up to you how much detail you want to indicate with your pencil. Like me, I don't want to put too much detail with pencil. I want to always leave some space for creative work when I ink. So I can draw details with the ink, but it's helpful for me when I have some structure established. So I kind of see all proportions, I see all directions kind of, so I will be not confused, and also like don't need so much energy to concentrate on every aspect, I can more focus on details without nervous about composition and perspective. So now like when I have established perspective, when I have established proportions, I can like focus on drawing details. And it's like always possible start from details without making any preliminary sketch, without all these pencil drawings. You can become like good at it, but it have its own price. It's like nothing is like, it's like there is no like forever engine. Same here, it's like you don't have unlimited mind resources. So if you start with details without any support, it will just take crazy amount of energy to concentrate, and you will make more mistake. Definitely, you just like eventually you will create much more mistakes, just because no matter how you try, like you cannot have like 100% control. So it's like everything have its own place for it, like I don't know, like a genre in a movie. Like if you go to like a family movie, you expect will be nothing like crazy happen, so your children will have like trauma for the rest of their life, kind of, right? So, or it's like you go to action movie, right? You expect there will be some certain conventions. So same with the drawings, you need to learn also is like what is actual goal, what is purpose your kind of what is goal you want to achieve. So then you choose which approach is better, and you cannot have some like same approach for every kind of work. So if there is some, like say, some commission work or like commission illustration, there is one task. It's one kind of mode of drawing. Where is the study, practice, it's totally different task. So same, like or when you do drawing like some like dynamic sketch or travel sketch, outdoor sketch. Or even like when you draw something first time, it's kind of more a professional experience approach. Is to understand that you kind of often you might draw it once more or couple more times, because it's not about like being good or bad. It's just about sometimes you like if you draw something first time, first drawing just help you better understand what you want to draw. Like you just improve your vision of your own idea, improve your understanding, and then you have this improved understanding, and you look honestly on your work and you say like, yeah, I need to draw it again. I will draw it much better now, just because I can see it better now. I have like much more developed kind of eye now for this picture. Yeah, I prefer draw with sharp pencil. But not too crazy. I just a simple sharpener is enough. I don't need to sharpen like half meter, you know. Because like when I study in our college, like we're sharpening like very long graphite. It's funny. So yeah, so this is kind of like a mature habit, a mature mindset when we worry to draw one more time, or we worry to draw too much, you know. And I kind of see it a lot, you know, all these kind of questions about like how long you draw, how long time take you to learn something. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's okay, of course, like yeah, I can understand. It's a reasonable thing to think about, but don't stuck on this. Don't think too much about the stuff, because like in general, it's not about how make it faster. It's just about how to really achieve it. And then when you have this eager, when you have this passion and dedication, it's like, I don't know, you just cannot stop. You say like, hey, this is my life now, so I need to get there. I have no other choice. So it's no way I will not learn this skill, kind of, right? So it's not like you're looking like, Okay, maybe if it take too long, then I better like go to, I don't know, like work in a casino, like mixing cards, or go like make cakes from cream. So you just kind of need to accept this idea, like if you want to be artist, it's about drawing. It's about drawing. So drawing a lot is not something you should worry about, because this is what you aim to do. And the more comfortable you with drawing a lot is better for you, because otherwise you have like a problem. It's like serious problem if you want to be artist but you don't like to draw. That's weird. So like also I like documentary with like a mentor of Miyazaki. I forget his name, but he was like before Miyazaki in animation, and it's like Miyazaki was like his apprentice. And he say like Miyazaki, he just like draw like if he have some mental issues. So like he just draw like a maniac, like draw all the time. And he say like every serious artist he know, they all like this. Say it's only way you can become good at this. It's like if you will be like a drawing so much that for usual people, for normal people, it will looks like you're crazy, like you're not normal people, not normal person. It's like you're lost your mind and you're just doing drawings everywhere all this time, kind of this kind of level of drawing mileage you need. And I believe you can develop it. So you can make it your goal. Just say like, hey, now I'm like losing my passion so fast, and like feel overwhelmed, feel tired, or blah blah. You can make your goal how to improve your durability, kind of, so you can draw more. And one way of it is also it's to change task. You can draw different stuff, like you can draw sitting on a table, you can draw going outdoors somewhere. Like when I go urban sketch, I always standing, because I sit too much when I at home, It's like finally can stay, so need to use this chance. Also like draw in the train, like yeah, eventually like Kim Jong-il you can watch too, right? So like you go with your friends, you go to New Year party, you go to hospital, you go to army, you go anywhere, you need to draw everywhere. It's just kind of should be like this. Like you're not wake up, you're like not really understand, and maybe like like you're not sure like what you want to draw and stuff. Yeah, you thinking about all this stuff and you drawing during this thinking. It's like, oh, where is my inspiration? I'm kind of having art block, and you drawing with like this depressing thoughts, kind of this. So you just break this idea, this habit about like drawing is something kind of special, exceptional, and not normal process. For you it should be like a brief, right? Like a walk. Yeah, like I say, like if you cannot do something now, it doesn't mean you can't change it. You can adapt, you can change. All this is just kind of, luxury and spoilness. Like, oh, I like when everything comfortable. Like I will make some latte and wear my favorite slippers with the wool and play my favorite music in vinyl. And there is weather outside important for me, because if it's rain, I'm very sad. I love when it's a good weather, and in the winter you can always find something like this, right? It's like always not perfect condition, always. So we can like coping with that and like say like, oh, I need to understand myself and I need to understand what make me happy, what make me comfortable. Or you can say like, okay, this is kind of too much. This is don't help me at all. So I just want to develop much stronger mentality, kind of, right? Just it. And you train yourself, and for your new self, it's became easy and normal, and you have much less distractions. Yeah, usually I draw freehand. It's totally fine to use ruler. So if you need, like at beginning, especially when you're trying to make sure you understand and you want to see how lines go, for sure use ruler, kind of totally fine. Yeah. It's just like again I was talking about this like personal goals. Like my goal was to draw outdoors, so I just cannot carry a ruler with myself. I don't have free hand for ruler. And then it just became my favorite approach, just freehand draw. And I will take ruler when when I want my line have some kind of special quality, because with a ruler you can make like a very sharp kind of, it's like it just feels different, like design wise it feels very different. So if like you want to make some brutal, sharp, edgy cyberpunk, then you take ruler. because freehand is always feel like little like worn out, right? Like little some kind of like old wobble texture, or like little cartoony. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, you definitely. Yeah, all this it's a skill. I never been like naturally good with perspective. All this is just self-taught, so skill. Yeah, so yeah, also talking about, if I back to topic about comfort and distractions, yeah, it's like always distractions. And like we when we was studying in art college, it's all procrastinations everywhere. It's you constantly reluctant to do anything. So it's like you say like, yeah, tomorrow I will go to plein air, I will go outdoors to sketch some city environment and blah blah blah. But tomorrow, right, you look and it's a drizzle, and it's like, oh no, it's a drizzle, no, impossible. Okay, then other day, okay, it's 40 plus, and it's like, oh my god, it's crazy, it's too hot, I cannot go outside. And then you say like, okay, next day I will go, and next day is like, oh, I don't know, I'm kind of depressed, I feel like I'm a horrible person, and I was like, don't know, so embarrassing, and I just will go outside, everybody look at me. Sounds like, oh, or like, I don't know, just not in the mood, I don't know, maybe I just watch the movie, and then eventually like you go outside one day, finally, right, you keep yourself together, you go outside, and you see like, oh, it's not like perfect view, it's some need to kind of better view, or it's like it's too loud here, and then it's like, oh, it's like smell here, then it's like, it's dogs here running around. It's like you will never find perfect conditions. So just it instead you have like this like minimum requirements. So like, when is acceptable, like what is your minimum parameters? So it's like, let's say it's not danger for your health, so it's like, don't stay under 40-degree sun, just don't stay under open sun, it's just a bad idea. Maybe you can stay, or like you can survive, but it's damage your health 100%. It's just stupid. So the same, if you go to bad district, I don't know, be careful, or better don't go there at all. It's just like, be aware kind of like of some safety, right, like where you go and stuff like this. So if there is like no real reason not to draw, it's like no real danger or harm for you, then there is no excuse in any like preferences, like what you like more, what you like less. All this is have zero value. Just forget about this, ignore it completely. Be an artist, kind of, let's say like this, like have luxury of sit and draw what on a paper, you already elite. You already like, I don't know, like luxurious lifestyle you have, you know. You don't need to go like underground for in a coal mine, right? You don't need to like whatever, like there's a lot of horrible professions and life situations, like just go any job, and you will understand, like, being artist, it's a dream come true. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was like in my like early videos, I was even recommend to stop watching YouTube tutorials and just go and draw yourself. Now I will not recommend this. Now I will tell, watch every my videos, subscribe to my channel, share my videos, stuff like that. Yeah, but of course, like, honestly speaking, be aware when is your kind of self-education is just way of procrastination. It's kind of also very common thing, very common problem. You kind of like, I have this kind of funny thing when like I find some movie, like, I don't know, like Godfather have amazing composition, and I saw like, oh, I need to watch Godfather for education, you know. It's really like important for me as artist. Yeah, for sure, not because I just want to like waste some time, like instead of drawing, just sit and watch some movie. So, and same there is like, you know, you already read books, let's say, about perspective, right? You already watch tutorials about perspective. Okay, how much you actually draw? How much you like? Do you really follow advice you read or hear in tutorials? Like, do you really make this homework? If you're not, why you keep watching tutorials? Why is all this like, I go watch this tutorial, I go watch that tutorial? Okay, but when you will do your homework, when you will do studies, when you will do practice, like how you find time for watch all tutorials? You know, you develop skill of like better search for better tutorials. So eventually you're kind of now like a pro. You find my channel kind of, right? So kind of congratulations, you can find some cool tutorials. You find my channel. But you need more practice, like with the drawing itself, and not like searching of cool tutorials. I almost guarantee, I almost sure, you problem right now is like draw more, not watch more, not buy more books. But forget what I just say and watch all my videos. Every video, like consume, watch, share, subscribe. Okay, kind of this. Okay, let's do this one. Also, so often I hear this advice, and it's definitely true. Definitely true is you can become good at anything if you just do it directly. So it's like you want to be illustrator, just start and do illustrations and do more of them. And yeah, maybe if you want to get like better in some skills, you learn along the way. So yeah, and this is what I also was talking all the time. Because if you only study, it's kind of a trap. It's just see, because you will never good enough. It's like you will always find somebody draw better than you, and you will always find something you want to learn, something you want to improve. So if your focus on learning and you don't have clear idea what actually you want to do, it's dead end kind of, right? It's like you in a trap. You can stuck with it, and like eventually you will like burn out and you will feel like you're going nowhere and stuff like that. So better start with drawing what you want to draw, like start to kind of produce. There is video from Jake Parker, two video. One video called Finish not perfect, so about like you need to make things finish even if they feels like not good enough and you cannot produce like good enough quality work yet, right? Just finish it, so it will be like your kind of weird ugly illustration, but it's kind of complete illustration. It's actual artwork, you know. It's also important skill. And the second video I really like, it's called product not project. So here he talking about it's like being like super specific, and instead of kind of making your task like I want to make some like series of drawing, series of sketches, you know. So what is that? Like how you sell it? Who needs this? You know, who needs a series of sketches? Who needs this? Your like fancy character drawings or whatever, right? It's just. It's too vogue kind of. You need more like marketable goal. So what you actually want to make like a product. This will be like a book, comic book, it will be like a sticker or poster, or it will be like artwork for exhibition, so you can sell it like on the art market, right? So start thinking from this. It's like, what is your final work, what is your final result, and start doing it immediately. Kind of start from doing this stuff, and only to kind of raise your quality of this work, you like on a side you research and improve your skill, like on a side from your main work of creating your like main product stuff. Так, so let's see here. So this kind of will be y-axis here. Then let's see. Yeah, horizon line maybe here is curved like this. It's not very clear. It's like kind of little wobble perspective here, like. And again, you see, it's like very good example about like curvilinear perspective, because yeah, it's kind of fish eye in some sense. It's like a wide lens, wide angle, but here also it's about design. It's kind of this street. It's like round or a curve or a turn, but it's kind of have like this like strong curvature. So, and I look here, it looks like vanishing point somewhere here. See. So we have like two kind of vanishing points here. Let's mark. Wait. It's like one here for this. And this seems like go in other direction. Yeah, so it's like second vanishing point kind of here for, maybe it's only for this roof on the first plan. And also this one, I'm not sure, it's like, maybe it's like third vanishing point. Anyway, like principle here is one same principle, but it can be like multiply vanishing points. It will be like next picture, also a very good example about this. So let's do one. Let's do perspective grid for one vanishing point first. So this like the vanishing point. maybe here. Also, like often with perspective, you can see like I've seen in Ryan Berry a lot, and Tsutomu Nihei for sure. It's not important like exact perspective grid, but rather understanding of how it works. It's just like when you can make it, when you understand how it works, so you have control over mistakes, so you know like how skewed, kind of how broken your perspective can be, to which extent. This one go here. This one. Okay, so maybe like this. So it's like this roof on the front. Here have this ellipse. Так. And here, so we have this Z and this one, because it's like a box, right? This Japanese castle. So it will have X axis, kind of this. So we have curved horizon line like this, then we have X axis like this. I explain it in tutorial about curvilinear perspective. You can see it. I explain detailed. It's not difficult, but you need to watch this tutorial, so I explain how it works. So this is X axis. So now I have all lines, all axes I need, and I can put some main elements. And if I need, I can add some more vanishing points if some objects will change like a little different direction. Let's see. Так. So you see, like, we have this barrel here, and then we use this z-axis to find second barrel. So, and then look like main elements, main groups, like we have this platform, this like tower, and here also cannon. So this roof, something like this. Change pen. Let's try Copic multilinear. SP07. Hello Goro, what do you mean raw sketch? Like pencil sketch? I use just simple pencil. It's Faber-Castell. It's 2B, but for me it feels like H. It's pretty hard. Here for ink, it's Lamy Safari M. Like use it many years already. So, and in general I use Lamy Safari M with carbon black ink. It's like my favorite. And right now is a Copic multi-liner. No, it doesn't. Ink and pencil, they're like perfect. It's like if you use a gel pen, I think it will be kind of have some problem with adhesion. What's it called? But for fine liners, for fountain pen, pencil, it's totally fine. So I can erase all this, and ink is stick to paper very well. Also, I use waterproof ink. So later, if I want, I can paint with watercolor or make some ink watches, like some shading with the ink. This is a study from Ryan Berry. So here I have reference Ryan Berry illustration. So it was, I think he did some series for, I don't know, it's like table game or don't know what's this, but called Tank Head. Can go to look what is this. So yeah, he is an illustrator, comic book artist, and I just like how he doing perspective. He's like very advanced, very creative with his perspective drawings. So here, like on this channel, I teach like essentials in perspective. You can watch different tutorials, and also I share like how you can better improve, how to kind of develop your skill with a different practice. So one of very cool practice is to analyze masters and copy, break down their work, just to see how they apply perspective rules, how they apply all these principles. Because like everybody will like reading all these books or learn perspective basics, and then we're stuck with the actual scenario when we need to draw like environment or some scene with a complex perspective, and deal to like way to learn it, well, way to understand how to do this. It's to learn from your favorite artist. Just watch how they do it. And like also I have already many video of like Masamune Shiro, Katsuhiro Otoma, Tsutomu Nihei. Like you can see, I break down their perspective. I show like how they apply all these essential basic principles to create like very advanced and outstanding work. It's kind of, you know, we need this certain intelligence, like ability, like it's also important skill, just to see how we can play with rules to create actual work, you know. So they're like some kind of like a game in one sense. Because like we have this limited conditions and we play how to arrange them to create very different quality work. Yeah, of course. Yeah, for sure, Ryan Berry, he inspired by Katsuhiro Otoma. That's for sure. He have a lot kind of this themes and motifs kind of in his work, like from Akira and Steam Boy too, for sure. Yeah, also do a lot of studies of anatomy. Yeah, it's kind of so many work we need to do. And like vehicles, also clothing, like how to draw clothes. I have some tutorials also about clothes, like very good insights. I'm still learning myself, but there I share like my discoveries, kind of like. But this tutorial only for channel members, and I will do some more tutorials about clothing in the future for sure. For me, I think like a greatest perspective is Tsutomu Nihei for me, in my opinion. Because for me, more important is just like how much creativity you can do with your perspective. And Tsutomu Nihei, he is like rock and roller of perspective. Hello Konstantinas, hello staff. Yeah, Tsutomu Nihei, he is famous manga Blame. Also, I like his recent apasims. It's like totally like very different technique he used there, like very few lines. Very interesting. It's like super line economy in apasims manga. Yeah, anyway, there is no way to like have like to evaluate artists, like who is better than who and stuff. So it's just personal perception, kind of. For somebody, Kim Jong-gi is the best with perspective. For somebody, Masamune Shiro. Eventually, I think most important is not like how good your skill, like technical skill, but how creative you are, like what kind of work you actually can do. So this work will have like strong impact, you know, so it can impress, it can like change your feelings and stuff, so can move you, right? So this is more important than just skills. I will look later Akira Toriyama. I know early work very good. Like no, I mostly think his early works, but late Akira Toriyama, I will check. Interesting. Yeah, also we can, like I was in the beginning of tutorial or this video kind of, right? I was talking about like how is important for artists for improvement to start from drawing, just like start drawing your stuff, like what you choose to do, illustration or comic books, just start to do it. And then when you're already doing it in the process, you start to find some free time for improving your skills to kind of make your work higher quality. And again, I think this like Tsutomu and here perfect example of this. Like if you look this first chapters of Blame, it's a very simple perspective, and then it's slowly like going wild. It's just then like in his like last chapters, this like after like about middle Blame, just there everything became crazy. Yeah, I will actually, I want also do analysis of Ghost in the Shell anime. So yeah, I've seen its backgrounds, but we'll need to watch again. JB. Yeah, I have a scat here. Yeah, it was pencil here and I erased it afterwards. You can watch from beginning, you will see process. So here is like my goal is not to like copy artwork, but recreate it with like recreate to practice process. So I give myself freedom to go loose with some details and proportions, so I can save my time with that. Because here what is process, what is important? It's this perspective grids and just experience building picture, building all this stuff. Kind of you need to experience it, not just look. Так. Мяу. Мяу-мяу-мяу. Because like there's all this different characteristic of a work and work process, and most important it's understanding, and there is certain practice which help you to develop better understanding. It's just like clarify your idea of how it works, right? So going through process, it's a way how to just better see, have like complete idea of how this perspective work here. It's like I look each aspect and I try doing each aspect. So then I have like kind of this full image in my brain. I have this like not as just words or thinking, but as actual practice, as actual experience. So, and this kind of experience make me more experienced, right? Like make me better trained. So, and I forget what else. Yeah. Here's some clouds. Yeah, so remember. So, and then you realize like there is certain stages of work that is more important. So like understanding of composition, understanding of perspective grid, just understanding like where stuff placed, and where is the guidelines which you can follow to adjust your perspective in every object. So when you have this clear idea, drawing details became like piece of cake. So if for me details is not problem, right? Like I doodle all these details so many times, it's not problem. So I don't need spend too much time for put details in every study I do. So making it small and avoiding like too many details, it's just I focus on the most essential part of work, like on the most important. It's structure. But sometimes of course also need to do details, so sometimes I will do details, but just time wise it's like with details it will be like one picture will take 3 or 5 hours, you know, it can take a lot of time. So let's see, where is those rainbow sketch? Oh, like this one I did stream. Also it just take a lot of time to draw details on a big size. So this is my brush pen with diluted ink, just some black ink in the water. Very simple. So, and same I do this like more just like a quick exercise where I can put gray shading without spending too much time in like too many fancy shades. Oh, thank you. So also because goal of this studies is just practice, gain some experience, help me to try stuff and understand better how it works from trying, from experience, right? Then I less worry about fail, like, oh, I make some mistake here. Yeah, no problem. Like anyway, it's not for sale, it's not for exhibition, it's just my kind of practice, right? So give me opportunity to experiment, to try see how different techniques work. Or just how to make some very quick shading if I do like travel sketch, for example, or just like some quick life study. I can develop quick sketch and quick shading technique, or like for animation comic book have a quick techniques also important. I stream almost every day right now. So at least like 5 days a week. Yeah, I sell original art. You can follow my website jinbond.com, and also I sell art books on Amazon. You can see link in description. I've been like how many? Yeah, more than 10 years I've been drawing urban sketch, like travel sketch. About 5 years at least I've been like full-time travel artist, just drawing city views, city streets. Like I've been in 14 different cities in China. I was in France, Vietnam, Hong Kong, Macau, and now I live in Taiwan, so draw many Taiwan cities. So let's do next one, this one. So this very like wide composition here, but I will adjust for my proportions, because here is more important is just to watch these perspective grids, like how he arrange perspective here, how he compose all this. Cat tutorial. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. So take pencil. Meow meow meow. Так. So here is like 180 perspective grid with some twist. So так, let's double check horizon line. Yeah, so here horizon line not very clear for me. Maybe it's like curved. So in some cases like this, we don't have like original source to be 100% sure, but it's still opportunity to kind of extract some interesting techniques and principles. So let's see. Так, so let's find horizon line. And then you can even notice how much my lines can wobble sometimes. Same with experience, you will find like it's not big deal. It's just important is what in your head. All these marks on the paper, they just support, they're not your foundation, they just support you to draw. Так, so here we have one vanishing point, let's call this one Z, and here we have second, so this will be X. So it's like 180 perspective grid. I were talking about this in my tutorials. Так, let's double check. Yeah, some kind of this here. Так, and here I look where Z goes. So this Z, instead of being here, it's somewhere like little outside of picture plan. So this horizon line, and then this Z axis go kind of this. And this X axis, double check here. Okay, let's do kind of this. So it's important to know process, to know a kind of sequence, to know structure, and knowledge of structure is understanding of like hierarchies, like what is more general and what is like particular based on the general stuff. So most general here, it's establishment of space. So like perspective grid is kind of our virtual space inside picture. So this one now is like a wide angle to vanishing point perspective. So we can see already here. Let's see. Now I can put some like blocks in perspective. It's like a boxes, you know. It's same like why I need to practice drawing boxes. It's because you will need them in this kind of situations. It's like picture a little dark. Так. So here I have this building. Then I have this street block. And I forget about the vertical axis. So this X is here, horizon line, and vertical. Some kind of here. No, I'm from Russia before. Like I'm born in Soviet Russia. Так, and here our interesting part happen is like, okay, let's show you here. Так. It's like little too dark. Okay, like this. So we have this like vanishing point here, so you can see what I was talking about. This is the axis. Something like this. And then like it will go No, I'm speak English in this channel. It's not because I forget how to speak Russian. It's just kind of English speaking channel. Так, so then X here. And as again, like I say, it's not very clear here. Like for me at this moment, like what happened with the horizon line. Maybe here's like a mountain, something. Maybe also this stuff located on a hill. But anyway, we can see it's x-axis. Okay, yeah, hello, run Kiro. Now, most of this I study myself, just self-educated. Now we have everywhere tutorials, you can learn anything. So this kind of perspective grid we have here for these buildings, right? You can see. And like this one. But here we have like one more vanishing point for, so maybe like here some x. So these buildings, they're following this vanishing point, and whole this array. So that's why it's interesting also, like you better have general perspective grid at first, and then you can put some other vanishing points when they need it for some specific object or for some area. Так. So, and maybe even this flying Zeppelin kind of also follows this X vanishing point. Anyway, so this kind of idea here. Okay, yeah, by Rankiro. Yeah, like I say, it's most important is to understand, and then when you understand, by working from big to small, from general to all this fine, it's like you are making big first and then you refine big form, adjust and refine. And when you don't have such structure, such approach, like a pipeline, you can call it. Then it will be just like a lot of problem, a lot of struggle, just because lack of proper process, proper like sequence. So some kind of like a Lego. It can be like many pieces that you keep attaching them, but you can do any level of complexity and sophistication if you just keep adding stuff. Like process itself not difficult, but a result start to be like a very, very complex. So have this kind of groups of building. You can even like show them like flat shapes and then add perspective to these shapes. This is just like a bunch of boxes. So if like I have some grid and I just draw boxes inside grid. Etc. So let's see. Yeah, maybe one should point more here. This picture really dark. I have like strong light in the room. Very hard to watch this. Так. So some buildings here, they're like going on the hill, so they're just higher. It's not in perspective, it's just placed on a elevated surface. But it's still following perspective grid. So it's like there is like a shape of roofs. I better make it with pencil. So kind of this. So we have one shape here, and then we have second shape here. Так. So here on a very far distance, can also simplify it more just to shape. But this shape also, instead of drawing boxes, just kind of make pattern following perspective grid. So it's kind of actually flat pattern, because it don't need to be volumetric on a so far distance. It even will be distracting. Instead, like flat pattern is better. So then Here's this zeppelins. Better just change this balloons to helicopters. It's kind of weird. Balloons, weird zeppelin. Cool. Hello, Josia. Josia. Yeah, you can watch the recording later for sure. Так. Yeah, some weird building here. Anyway, так. Hello, Eduardo. Let's here make helicopter. So here interesting illumination. Here the roof's dark because light inside street. Light kind of lit in building facade. Let's try. Make it night atmosphere. This paper like not very good. It's like absorbing everything. Let's even go to other page. people walking. Okay, kind of this. So you see, it's kind of very good practice for you. Improve perspective, reinforce your perspective essentials, and also learn how to apply it in a way so you can draw it like an artist you follow, your favorite artist, kind of. So I did already 5 tutorials about Ryan Berry. There was about his epic apocalyptic illustrations. Then it was let's see. Where's Ryan Barrymore? And this one is cyberpunk. Yeah, no, and a lot more. So just watch my other tutorials. And there is a lot of tutorials where I very detailed and very focused, just explain principles, and some tutorials you will never find anywhere else. Really rare material on this channel. So you can write any comment, any request, feedback. I'm always glad to read them. And yeah, also you can support channel. You can become member of channel. There is extra content for channel members. There is also Discord channel for members and patrons, so you can show your work. I can give you feedback. You can just chat in the Discord. And yeah, so become member or patron, or just share video. So any engagement with my YouTube videos is just help algorithm to understand people like this content. So see you next time.
Bond